tie up this guy?
I would say one of you at least will have rope. Yeah.
Bart seems like the kind of person to have a rope on his sack.
You might think that. I'm sure we can.
You've got
find
a rope.
Yeah, we've got rope.
There's always rope.
There's always rope.
Then
You can't carry a 10-foot pole, but you can have rope.
Yeah.
I ask for your strong help
Yep.
to tie up this guy to one of the barrels.
Okay.
Go
So
over,
you're tying him to the barrels.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Nothing else
we
to
go
tie
over.
him up to, really.
No, fair enough.
Start, pick up one end, tie it to his leg or arm or something, and then just stop running circles around the barrel with it in my mouth. And
Brilliant.
lash him to it.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, he is thoroughly bound. He's still just snoozing away. He's starting to twitch a little. Are you going to wake him up? What are you thinking?
How long will he be asleep for?
Oh, maybe another 30 seconds.
Oh right,
Maybe
okay.
slightly less.
It doesn't last very long.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna press my cold nose into into his ear. That should wake him up.
Nah! What are you doing?
Hello.
Hello?
My name's Bartholomew. And I think we'd like to ask you a few questions.
I'll tell you nothing. Nothing at all.
Can I make an intimidation check? Mainly probably
I
related to
think
the
you're
amount I'm dribbling on him more than anything else.
You can, but I think you'll have to make it a disadvantage.
probably-
Given that
I might drown
given
him.
that he's seen you read a lovely poem about Roger, and you've just pressed your nose into his face.
To be fair, immediately afterwards, Roger cut his friend's head off. So,
Roger would have been rolling this at advantage.
okay. Well, I got a 9.
9. He's clearly worried, but he's not going to break.
I'd like to outsource my intimidating to Roger, please.
Yeah, I'm going to put my sword out of his friend, trot on over,
Family show, Ghibli. Family show.
trot on over, drop it, and then right into his face.
Okay.
So,
Make
I'm
me
answering.
an intimidation at advantage.
7. Oh, -1. 6. I'm less intimidated than Bart.
Just because you killed my friend doesn't mean you scare me. There are much worse things in these tunnels than you.
That's true, but we've got 2 of them here.
So I go on top of his hat, sit down on top
Okay.
of him. Look at this rat human thing,
All of the claws are coming out, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can tell.
looking really bad at him, and use my intimidation and say something like, "That was not really friendly, was it?"
That's far more terrifying. That is genuinely terrifying. Yeah.
Was it?
Well, no, the rat wasn't. I was terrified.
Curse of the twos
The
continues.
rat in character, not bothered. I mean,
5.
I'm going to say you're not going to be able to intimidate him.
Okay.
You're going to have to find another way of persuading him to talk to you.
Is that
No,
the thing?
it wasn't very polite, and it won't be very polite when I get out of these ropes and bite your head off. No, will it? No.
Save us, Eduardo.
Last chance to intimidate.
Are you go? I'm going to say.
Oh.
I'm going to say if he's not intimidated by Roger, you could try charming him or talking to him some other way. But I don't think he's going to be intimidated.
Yeah,
at
I'll
this point.
certainly try charming the information
Yeah, I
out of
wonder
him.
why you
And
didn't
if
say
anybody's
charm.
going to do it, it's going to be Eduardo.
Absolutely.
I got it.
Okay, where's my charisma?
I like the way you said that, like Matt Berry. Charisma.
Yeah, so 13.
Okay, so he's definitely more receptive to you than he has been to any of your fellows.
Yes. What do you want?
Just tell me what the deal's going on. Just heard there was some stuff going down.
We're bringing the barrels to the master, as he asked us to.
And the master is...
Oh, we can't speak of the master. He's the master of us all, though. All who are like me. All who live in Gullet Cove, but are pushed away to the sides.
How many of you are there?
More than you can imagine.
While this is going on, can I go through his pockets?
Yeah. What are you looking for specifically? What kind of thing?
So, to start with anything valuable, but also anything that might link to this master.
Okay, so you find about 12 gold pieces,
Fantastic.
and you find, far more surprising, you find a guild mark. Now, guild marks, you'll all know, having been in Gullet Cove for a little while, are the extremely valuable currency used between the guilds. So they symbolise you as a member of a guild, and in fact all of you will have a guild mark on you as members of the Animal Guild. But they are also used, swapped between guilds for favours. So they're extremely valuable, and it's completely illegal to have one of these if you're not a member of a guild. The punishment is pretty severe. Complete exile from Gullet Cove, and you're never allowed back in. So, you know, no sailor in his right mind would ever be caught with a guild mark that wasn't rightfully earned, or his, you know, theirs by right. So either this rat is a member of a guild, or he's in a very dodgy position.
Indeed. Do we know from the mark on it what guild it is?
It's the Seafarers Guild.
Okay.
The biggest, the most powerful guild in Gullet Cove.
He doesn't look like a sailor, does he?
It looks like he's been on a boat or two, but yeah, can't really see him hoisting any rigging.
So we three are there just looking how
Just dejected.
he's dealing with this, like idiots, looking how someone is actually doing the job.
Okay, I don't deduce really anything from that apart from that. I don't think he should have it. I think that he might be. I mean, he's stealing the obviously smuggling something, so I think it must be a stolen artifact.
Maybe he got it from the same place that all of the barrels of beef came from. Now, even if the beef shouldn't be in the barrels because Pettifers doesn't sell meat, maybe they robbed the barrels to smuggle the beef.
So what you're saying is the beef's fair game.
Now that's an interesting take on the situation. I think that's definitely worthy of more consideration.
So, do you guys think it's worth trying
Stealing
to
the beef.
I think
Welcome
that goes
to
without
episode 1 of
saying,
Beef
but
Adventures.
worth trying to
The secrets of Beefy Cove.
worth trying to hide this guild mark about my person.
So we don't know about the mark.
But you wouldn't steal it.
If you don't know
you'd
about it.
admit
Well, I'd steal anything really, but
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think I can do a pretty good job of keeping hold of it and making sure that nobody really notices it, and maybe we can use it or find out more from it later.
How loud were you talking about the beef barrels in front of Mr. Ratikins?
Just then. Well, we're both dogs and it's meat and we're probably quite excited. I'm going to assume we were relatively loud.
Okay. He starts giggling when he hears you say it's beef.
Oh.
Beef's not funny.
It's certainly no laughing matter.
Question, do we know anything about the coin, or do you keep it for yourself?
I'm keeping it for the moment.
I'm considering. I'm gonna look at the others and be like, out of his earshot.
Yeah. Model over.
I'm considering if I cast a charm person spell on him, do you think he's likely to tell us anything we don't already know from the intense questioning that Eduardo just put him through?
So, what do we actually want to know?
Well, that was the second part of my inquiry. What do we actually want to know?
Right. We need to get him to tell us about this guild mark. We need to get him to tell us more about this smuggling ring.
Which guild mark?
What he said.
Which guild mark?
The Seafarers Guild mark he had on him.
That one.
That he still has on him.
Where's our expedition that we're here for?
Oh, you forgot about
We
that.
need to find. Ask him if he knows where it is. Or
The
what
beef has
happened.
pushed everything out of my mind.
What happened?
Right, I'm going to cast Charm Person on the were-rat.
Cool.
He needs to make a Wisdom save, and my my spell difficulty is 13.
Failure. Rolls a 5. No bonuses.
So now he will regard us as trusted companions.
Oh, yes.
I'm
Nice.
going to refer him back to the brains of the operation, which is anyone that isn't us.
So, is your mate? What are you asking him?
So, remind me, if you would be so good, me old ratty mucker, what's in them there barrels?
Beef. But special beef.
Well, I mean, all beef is special.
Oh, this is even more special. Very special.
Well, that's delightfully obtuse. Perhaps we could move past that bit and to the bit where, like, define special. Let's just pretend, for the sake of humour, that we don't have a clue what you're talking about. Imagine, if you will, you were describing it to complete idiots.
Yes, I think I can do that.
Excellent.
I think I can manage that enormous leap of imagination.
I'm delighted.
The beef in these barrels
Yeah.
will change whoever eats it.
Yeah.
Change them into rats.
Can we roll knowledge to know if we can know what kind of a spell to that? Or potion or thing?
I just need a moment. We can't eat the beef.
Dog.
Well, I mean, you can.
Dog.
I'm sure it's lovely as well.
Is there like a threshold?
No, that's why we had to get the barrels, you see. The barrels are magic. Just like we needed them. They change the beef and make it special beef. That's why, unfortunately, we had to get the barrels.
And where, may I ask, did those barrels come from?
Ah, they're old Pettifer's barrels. Silly old fool. Thought we didn't know he'd been smuggling through our tunnels. But we did. And we waited. And then he brought the barrels to us. And unfortunately, we had to feed his, his smugglers to, did you go down the other path?
Yes, briefly.
Yes, well, so did they. Slightly more long term, I'm afraid.
Well, this has been lovely.
Oh, it has. When should we do it again?
I'll just consult my friends and we'll have a quick conflab about our calendars. What do you want to do with this thing?
Where's the beef going? I think that's...
Just one more thing.
Oh, anything for you, old mate.
where exactly is the master? And actually, pop a pin in him for a moment. Where exactly is the beef going?
Oh, Master doesn't really trust us where it's ultimately going, but there's a warehouse that we store it in.
I get my quill out and a bit of parchment. Tell me where this warehouse is.
What?
Tell me where this warehouse is.
Oh, you just follow the tunnel and take the third exit at the end. And, well, these are the old smugglers' tunnels. So, you know, they go right into the heart of Gullet Cove. So it takes you to the dock. One of the warehouses on the dock. I'm not sure which. I've never been outside. I don't go to the docks much.
Sorry, I don't do shorthand. Hang on. Got it. Okay. And now this master.
Yes.
Who is he? And please find an answer slightly more illuminating than he's the master.
How did you know that's what I was going to say?
I had
Because he
this-
is. That's who he is. He's the master.
I had this tingle in my tail. I sometimes get it.
Oh, you want to get that looked at? Well, how to put this? The master is the king of all of us. The Rat King.
Dun, 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 dun.
Right. Right back in a moment. I got nothing. This isn't really my area of expertise. I'm more of a poems and songs, not nefarious smuggling in tunnels kind of dog. I'm open to suggestions.
So basically, this guy that have hired us is actually a bag of lies. He's smuggling things in his magic barrels.
I think, to be fair, I kind of got the impression that that was what was going on when he said, my smugglers have gone missing.
Fair point.
Not to labour it. I mean, I think our next move is probably to investigate that warehouse that he mentioned. But what do you want to do with him? I mean, it's one thing to like be crossing blades in the heat of battle, but I feel a bit weird about just stabbing him up now. It feels,
Family show.
feels
Family show.
feels very wrong. Maybe we can just,
Cold-blooded murder is wrong, kids.
maybe we could pack him off down to see his big friend in the other tunnel.
I mean, he was not really friendly, his friend.
No, that's true. I mean,
Could tie him up and leave him. Sure, he'd get his own way out.
That will change your alignment.
I don't know. It is a quandary. Why don't we drag him along with us and drop him off at the watch?
Yep.
I like the idea.
They'll know what to do.
Come on, friend.
Yeah, my charm person only lasts a little while.
Yeah, it's starting to wear off.
He's going to get increasingly trickier, but at least we got him tied up, I suppose.
Are you going to, I suppose, muzzle is probably the... They're going to muzzle
Don't
him.
use the M word around us.
Are you going to make sure he can't alert anybody?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
we'll gag him as best we can, and we'll make sure he's as securely tied up as he can be.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
So we're
Beforehand,
gonna basically
can I-
leave it there.
And we're going to take him with us.
Take him
Yeah.
with us. Around the place. Drag him around.
Well, if we're going to go to... Well, are we going to go to the warehouse next?
Or report it back to Master Penalty.
Or are we going to go back and... Oh, it's a dilemma.
We need to stop whatever's going on here because this is too sneaky even for me. we'll bring him along. We'll go to the warehouse. That's my feeling.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Can I first of all just ask him what the deal with the guild mark is, and then I might secrete it back in his pocket if it's dodgy.
Oh, I forgot all about that. Sorry. Out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, well, maybe that came from the pocket of one of the smugglers.
Okay.
Yes. Valuable thing, guild mark, if you know where to use them.
Valuable thing to be not caught with somebody else's as well. So I'll just, I never took that. Yeah.
Took what?
No, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
right, so you're heading off. The tunnel winds down further and then starts to lead up. There are more torches along here, and clearly this is a well-trodden route. You see lots of markings of footprints similar to those left by the person you're dragging along behind you.
Is it possible to ascertain how many individuals, or are they all just so crisscrossing that we couldn't tell?
There's probably too many to work out.
Okay.
And then also lots of little sort of much tinier footprints made by rats of all different sizes. So clearly these tunnels are well populated. Fortunately, you don't encounter anybody on your way, and then eventually you kind of come to a ladder leading up towards a large trapdoor.
Well, pulling him up is going to be difficult.
I just stare at you.
Okay. Here we go. Trapdoor needs opening, doesn't it?
Well, you'd have to go and push it, but I will tell you ahead of time, yes, it does.
Yeah. Go and push the trapdoor.
Okay, it's locked.
Would be locked, wouldn't it?
Can you open a lock, Eduardo?
Do you know what? I do have thieves' tools. Among thieves' tools, it would have been silly of me not to pack a lockpick. So let's see if I'm the master of lockpicking.
I have every faith in you, my friend.
Okay.
Can I actually use guidance on you and give you 1d4 plus
Yep.
pat on the shoulder? I trust
very
in you.
much. Now, yeah, how am I using these lockpicking tools?
So you just make me a sleight of hand roll.
Cool. Which one is that one in? Ooh, this should be touch word.
With 2 stars, is that proficiency?
Expertise.
Expertise.
13.
13. Are you adding the
+4.
plus d4?
The guidance.
Whereabouts is that one?
Looks
Triangle.
like a
Triangle.
caltrop. Yep.
This one.
Yeah, don't stand on it. A 2.
Okay, so
that takes us to
15.
15. Yep, the lock clicks, and you're able to just lift it up slightly and look into a dusty, wooden floored warehouse in which there are lots of barrels. Clearly, they'd already got a fair few of these moved while you were facing the ominous figure in the room, and possibly even before then.
Okay, it looks like we go this way.
Can you see anyone up there?
I don't know. I'm just trying to see. Is there a person? Is there a rat?
Make me a perception roll.
18.
You can hear people outside the main door, and there's kind of a small office area up a little flight of stairs, and you can see the shadow of a couple of people there, but there's nobody on the floor you're on now.
Okay. I think we could sneak past.
Okay. Did you say that this trapdoor was at the top of a short step ladder or a short ladder?
Ladder.
Right. I look down at my very short, stumpy legs. And I look up at this ladder. I may have a problem. I mean, I think you two are probably fine, but I'm not entirely sure. But we do have some rope.
We do.
Oh, and a friend
Yeah.
with the rope.
We may have to leave him here, along with our dignity.
just carry him?
I could give it a go. I'll try
Rolling
and
downstairs.
Okay.
or backwards. I don't know. I don't know how two dogs had managed to pull each other up a ladder. It's a YouTube video.
Simple panda.
I think it's the sequel to this.
Yeah.
We'll just get Finn, we'll get Daisy, see what we can
Yeah.
do. Right.
It feels like the worst use of inspiration ever. But
Just make me a strength check.
Strength check. Just straight.
Straight
No
strength.
disadvantage. Okay.
Nope.
20, not natural. 16 plus 4.
Yep. Easy. It's like lifting a feather.
Oh.
you scramble up. I'm like, I really can't thank you enough for this.
You're making it.
We'll take a moment at the top to get ourselves straight and then have a look around, I guess.
Roger the Mighty is definitely the name of your next poem.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, there are a lot of barrels in here, but other than that, it's clearly not. It's not frequently visited. So you can see sort of in this thick dust there is basically a set of a regular trodden pathway which leads to where the barrels are. There's maybe 8 or 10 in here already. They're probably the same as that back in the cave. But other than that, most of the place is dusty, except for around the top and then the path to the door.
Okay.
So it's not frequently visited except to stash things here.
And we can tell that they are the same barrels as the ones.
All marked with pettifers.
Right.
Pretty much as expected, isn't it? More barrels.
I suppose it is, yes. Do you think it's worth Eduardo having a look around? You're the quietest of all of us.
I think so. I think somebody also needs to figure out what's going on in their office, and I think that person might have to be me.
So, are you going to sneak up to the office? Is that your first port of call?
I think the first thing that I want to do is take a look around on the floor with the barrels on, just make sure there isn't anything else that we haven't noticed.
Yeah, there might be traps.
Yes.
Okay. So it'll probably be perception again.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can notice anything like that.
12.
Okay. No, there's nothing that strikes you immediately as being potentially dangerous or risky, and there's nobody else on the floor with you.
Okay. I quietly sneak over to the office area in that case.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a stealth check.
Sure.
Can I throw Awakening Mind to keep some kind of telepathic conversation?
Nice.
Look at this.
I think that should be absolutely fine.
Or will it be too far away?
No, I think, like I said, I think it should be absolutely fine. I'm just going to double check, but to be honest, I like the idea so much, I think we should probably do it anyway. But let's well find out for future reference. I'm going to say you can do it. It's not quite how the spell works, but who cares? I like the idea. Yeah.
Okay, so I just tell you telepathically, I'll be in your head.
That's nice.
It's why everybody thinks you're evil. Yeah. Because you say it in the voice of a terrifying evil overlord.
All right,
It's going to keep me awake at night.
Oh, stealth, isn't it? Okay, stealth.
Yes.
Okay. 21.
Okay, yeah, easy. You barely disturb the dust as you move up, slink up the stairs, and approach the door to the office. And you can see through a kind of muddied glass window that's basically, it looks like it's frosted, but it's actually just dirt. You can see the outline of 2 figures.
Okay. What can I hear?
One of them is talking extremely noisily and bossing around somebody else.
Okay. Is there any way I can get into this room without being noticed?
Maybe another perception check.
9.
No, not that you can see.
Okay.
You can get closer to the door.
Okay. Yeah, let's get a little closer.
Okay. The closer you get, the more you can hear this voice saying things like, "Gripe, I'm tired. Give me an olive." And then a sound like something dull hitting something slightly softer. Hard. "Gripe, where's my olive?"
It sounds a little bit like a master to me.
Did you say a master?
Yeah, it does sound like a master. It might sound like the master.
Now, you've got my barrels. I expect the meat to begin delivery soon.
Delivery.
I want it in every inn in the city.
Uh-oh.
Gripe, give me that olive.
What do you mean with uh-oh?
Right. It's gonna infect everybody in Gullet Cove. Everybody in Gullet Cove is gonna be a were-rat of some description.
How?
All the beef is headed to all the
I was
pubs.
just completely
I know, I
oblivious to this. Just sat here. Like,
Let's be honest, you're both still thinking about the beef.
yeah, oh yeah.
It won't be delicious. It will be destructive.
The beef is a lie. The fullest of lies.
So, before I tell anything to our less clever friends, what would you think would be the best thing to do right now?
Destroy the beef.
And this is why you run away and you leave me with it.
Squash the beef.
Okay, so without saying anything to both of them, just for the sake of don't argue, I throw an agonized blast to the beef things that are there in the warehouse
Okay.
to blow them up.
Okay, so there is an eruption of wood and disintegrating meat as you detonate this
I
blast.
say sorry to them before.
Okay.
Sorry.
What?
Oh!
You, Eduardo, hear the sounds of pandemonium in this office.
Yeah.
And this imperious little voice going, "Gripe! What was that? Take me to the door that I might see! Hurry! Hurry, you fool!" And this other voice going, "Yes, master, as soon as I can, master." And this pattering of feet. And the door is thrust open. Now, what are you doing? Are you going to, hide behind it? What's your plan?
Yeah, I jump out of sight. I still want to be able to watch them, but I want to jump out of their way.
Okay, make me a dexterity save.
Yep. Oh no. Okay, it was an 8, but I do have light on my paws if it's not good. So light on my paws allows me to re-roll one failed dexterity save of my choice.
Yeah, I would re-roll.
Okay, let's see how we get on. Yeah. Okay, so that is 24.
Okay, so the door swings open, but it's all right because you're basically hanging onto it like that.
Yep.
And it swings there, and you can see through the dust and grime. You can see sort of a tall, slightly thin, fairly beaten up looking man emerge out onto the little sort of landing before the office, and perched on his shoulder on like a palanquin is this enormously fat rat wearing a crown and wielding a scepter, which he occasionally hits the jester. The man's dressed like a jester he's riding on, hits him down the head. And behind him you can see another man who's kind of short and portly, and looks extremely kind of worn down. and tired, emerging as well to look at what's going on. What are you three doing in the midst of this hail of shredded beef?
None of my training prepared. Are we aware of any of the activity above, or has the explosion drawn any attention or figures into the room, or is it definitely just the three of us and a rain of hamburger?
Okay, so you can kind of see the events going up in the office, and yeah, as the the rain of hamburger is descending, the door opens and two tough-looking men are standing there.
Human. Not,
Human men, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything we notice about them? They're not like dressed like City Watch, come to investigate.
No, they are wearing sort of boiled leather armour and just look like kind of thugs, basically.
Thugs for hire.
Thugs for hire.
That's
Yeah.
what's on
Thug
that's what's
badge.
on there, yeah.
Thug life.
Thug life. Okay. Okay. I will nudge Roger, like at the guys coming through the doorway.
He's still crying.
Got to refocus him. That's the secret here. And I will cast. Does it look like they're going to attack us?
They are certainly... I mean, they're kind of slightly shocked by the strips of meat hanging from the ceiling and the...
Aren't we all?
But yes, they are beginning to draw swords and
Okay.
are going to be heading towards you fairly
I will
soon.
cast
Yeah.
Enhance Ability, which is a level 2 spell, on Roger, giving you Bear's Endurance. You get advantage on Constitution saves and 2d6 additional temporary hit points.
Ooh.
So it will give you 5 additional hit points. Not terrible. So I'll cast that, and then I'll look at Daenerys and say, "What's our next move?"
I think we have to just make the plans on the way.
Okay, make it up as we go along.
My specialty!
What are you doing to my beef, you beastly creatures?
It's the Chief Beef Napper! It's the Beef Chief!
Who are you calling Beef Chief, you disgusting animal? I am the Rat King! I rule over this town, and you're my subjects, or at least you will be if this beef hadn't exploded.
Yeah, but it has, hasn't it? Bringing a hamburger-flavoured end to your devilish plans. Right, at 'em, gang!
Take them out, my fine mercenaries. Gripe and I have to, we've got urgent business elsewhere that I'd love to stay, but, you're probably better at this than I am. Anyway, Gripe, on our way! And he bops him on the head, and Gripe goes back into the office, and you don't see him, except that you see the large, sort of worn-down looking man, and just sort of standing there.
We don't recognise who he is, I take.
Make me a history check if you want. You might recognise him from
Worth
your
a
time
go,
in the
isn't it?
city, in the town.
I barely remember my own name.
Nah.
7.
I got 11.
Okay, 11's probably enough. You're fairly sure that's Meldin Meany, who owns a couple of dockside
Meldin?
warehouses. Not a bad man by any stretch of the imagination. Likes money a bit too much, but other than that. Only he hasn't been seen for a little while, and when he has been seen, apparently he's been acting strangely.
Well,
Yeti.
there's 2 bodyguards, or 2 thugs chasing down towards Bart
Yeah.
and I, so, well,
Okay.
scimitar time.
Let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Eduardo, you're still upstairs. What's your plan while this combat's going on? Are you going to be
Is
heading
there
down to it?
anywhere they can go from the office apart from through us? Can they escape?
Well, you haven't been able to see into the office, so you'd have to go into because you were just looking. You could see sort of. It was like the opening of a noir film. You could see silhouettes on the dirty window. You couldn't see anything in the office.
Okay. I think I'm going to have to slip into the office because I've got no guarantee that they're not going to carry on their nefarious plan elsewhere if I don't
So
block them.
telepathic moment.
What's your initiative?
17.
Nice. Danira?
So Eduardo told me telepathically that he was gonna get in. So I'm gonna turn around to these guys and ask them, can I leave this with both of you guys? Don't wanna leave Eduardo alone.
Go see your cat friend. We've got this.
Right, so you're running upstairs.
I'm going, yep.
Okay, so they're not there yet, so you're not going to have to dodge any attacks or anything like that. What did you roll for initiative?
I got a 13.
Very nice. Okay, so Bart's on 13. So the first thug, who rolled 18, charges towards Roger and rolls an 11, I think.
Not enough.
Yeah, not going to be enough. So it clangs against your armour. What are you doing?
Knock his blow out of the way, hence the miss, and then swing back at him with the scimitar.
Okay,
And we get 17 to hit.
that is definitely a hit.
And 4 damage.
Unfortunately, yeah, it kind of, I assume given your relative height disparities,
Yes.
it's probably gone straight into his
Straight into
thigh
the
or something
thigh.
nasty, and really, he gives a yell of pain, but is not out of the fight yet by any means. Then it is Bart.
Okay, I give my head a shake and flick my slobber towards them. It lands on the one that isn't engaging Roger, and as it does so, I cast Fairy Fire, and where it hits him, a nimbus of bright, flaming energy springs up around him. It does no damage, but everybody that can see him gets advantage to attack him.
Have a point of DM's inspiration for
thank
such a clever use of a spell.
Okay, thank you very much.
And yeah, okay, brilliant.
That is an action to cast, so I'll do that, and then I'll charge towards him, ready to engage him.
Fantastic. Okay, so the second one is blinded by this light. He's going to make a wisdom check to see if he can sort of get himself together, which he can't. So he loses his turn as he's basically sort of swabbing at the air, trying to clear this blindness from him. So back to the top. Mr. I've got a nasty wound in my thigh is going to try and take revenge on Roger. Rolls a 3. So Roger is
running around
basically and so now it's Roger's go.
Right, we're going with the scimitar. I'm feeling an improved crits coming. So close now. 18.
18. Okay, so that's a definite hit.
And 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay, he is in real trouble. In fact, he sort of slumps over and is bleeding quite badly. The other, it's Bart's go.
Right, I'll quickly glance up to make sure that the cats are okay.
They're both fine. Or they appear to be anyway at this moment.
Right, I am going to attempt to sink my teeth into the thigh of this thug and give him a vicious bite. I get 21 to hit.
That is most certainly a hit, sir.
Excellent.
Bite,
So
bite,
I
bite.
can't use this on damage, can I? I can only use it
No,
on...
it's basically a free reroll.
Okay, that's cool. I will...
So you can re-roll the damage if you don't like the result.
We'll see what we get. I'm rolling d6 plus nothing, just straight d6. So I will do 6 points.
Okay, you can. You're fairly certain you've hit bone if you've bitten so deep. Is it any replacement for the beef?
Needs must.
Needs. Okay, so this one is going to try and shake you off. So he's going to make a strength check. So he's rolled an 11. Make me a strength.
Okay. I might be using this in a moment. We'll see.
Okay, hand me that back.
Oh, there we go. 11 to beat. 18.
Oh,
Nicely
okay,
done.
yeah. He's not doing anything, and so he basically can't move because he's half blinded. He's got a dog limpet attached to his leg. He basically just kind of drops his weapon and gives up at that point.
Yes.
His friend's on the floor, bleeding everywhere. Roger's standing over him. And yeah, he gives up. So, you two in the office. So you've got Mr. Meany outside, sort of babbling. But yes, there is a back exit staircase leading out. It looks into the street. But you can't see where the Rat King's gone. Because the street outside looks like a normal everyday street. Well, certainly an everyday Gullet Cove street. So there's market sellers there, there's merchants haggling with each other, there's a morass of sailors, half of them drunk on shore leave. And you'd think that an obese rat sat on the shoulder of a jester would stand out, but you can't see him.
That is very curious. So, from the office door, is there anybody about to interrupt in the office at all? Anybody about to come in?
No, there's just Mr. Meany standing outside it, just looking down at the kind of tattered remains of cow carcasses and barrels.
Okay.
Babbling.
In that case, if we can't see him, I think the best thing to do is search around the office for clues.
Okay. Roll me investigate.
Am I there yet? Or?
Yeah, you're in there now. You can do the same, or you can tell me what you want to do. Absolutely.
Yeah, De Niro, I think you might want to investigate.
Telepathic power. Do you still have in that coin?
No.
Do I believe? Should I roll?
I think you would. I don't think there's any reason to doubt Eduardo's words. They may be somewhat flexible with the truth, but I don't think they'd lie directly to a friend in this circumstance.
Okay, fair
Although
enough.
Eduardo could correct me if he wanted to.
No. In fact, at the moment I saw you, I greeted you with a question mark shaped tail and a headbutt for coming to my aid, because I've realised the power of companionship.
What a beautiful story.
It was the real treasure.
Not the beef.
It's a shame. That guy looks a bit dodgy. It will have been useful to persuade him if the situation was neat. I'm gonna roll investigation.
Okay.
Then. 20.
Okay, so you find a series of books, which are, they're kind of standard logs you'd expect in this kind of place, stuff coming in, stuff going out. And then suddenly, about a month ago, nothing. Suddenly everything stops. This thriving little business that Mr. Meany's running, stocking large amounts of stuff in his warehouse, nothing. Everything suddenly stops. And you can see there's, piles of dust on these books. They've not been touched for a long time. You also find basically what looks like, how to describe it, like a small model of a rat, about this big, kind of made of porcelain. It feels like, but the eyes are little gems. And that's pretty much that's hidden away, kind of tucked behind a couple of different volumes of these books and some various, sort of office detritus, sheets of paper crumpled up and quills and spilled over ink things. It's all tucked away, hidden.
Can I see any books related to the spell they have put on this meat, or is it all about accounting?
It's all accounting. Clearly, whatever's going on with this meat isn't anything to do with Mr. Meany. He's being used as a patsy, basically, as a kind of go-between.
I pick this value's mouth, put it outside, and I don't say anything. I just leave it there.
Okay.
If Eduardo want to do something with it, it's his thing.
Okay. So
What was it?
was a small porcelain rat with gems for eyes.
Oh, that's shiny. Yeah, thank you.
What are you
I'm taking that.
Okay, and you're putting it in your...
I'm going to have a good look at it first.
Okay. Maybe an Arcana roll.
Okay, +2, 20. 11.
Okay, you don't realise anything specific about it, but you get a sense of there's something vaguely magical about it, but you're not sure what.
Do I get an ominous feeling from it or a good feeling?
I would say it's certainly more towards the ominous end of the spectrum. So, let's cut back to our two valiant heroes standing in the wreckage. What are you doing with your, one person lying there bleeding and one who's given up because you're still attached to his thigh?
I must stop doing this. Let's pin him down, and seeing as you've given his friend a good seeing to, do the old feet on the collarbones, pressing in, face right here, drooling in his face. Who do you work for, and what were you hired to do?
I'm just, a muscle. I just go where I'm told and do what I'm asked, which is not to let any bugger from outside into the warehouse.
Is it worth your life?
The pay's pretty good. Nobody asks too many questions.
I don't think you understand my threat.
They're making a friend.
What? You're not going to kill me. I told you everything. Look, I'm just hired muscle. I just stand outside.
Who hired you?
Just some bloke. It was just, he was wearing sort of seafarers guild, probably. No, yeah, it was seafarers, I think. Guild man.
You don't strike me as someone who asks a great deal of questions upon taking employment.
You don't in my line of work. You ask too many questions and suddenly you're the person in river.
Right, okay.
Go where they tell you, do what they ask, and they'll give you money. What else do you need to know?
I don't feel this has been very helpful.
No. If I get off you, will you go and I'll go, and we'll just never see each other again?
Aye, that sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah. All right, this guy was really, really close to death. I'm gonna
we'll
just leave him alone.
We just won't tell the cats.
Just
what
don't tell the
happened.
cats.
Okay.
It's enough killing for one day.
Okay.
It's just not in my nature.
So they kind of he just sort of grabs his friend and he's limping and dragging his friend along with him, and they leave. Okay. So
Bark.
the cats are up in the
Bark,
office.
bark.
Are you two going up there to reconvene?
There's more stairs. Okay. Right, go up the stairs.
Yep.
Nudge open the office door. Hello.
Hello.
We there was a mighty fight. They slipped away.
They escaped.
We gave chase, but we didn't want to leave your flank undefended.
Okay, well, very well done for destroying the beef.
Yeah.
No, that was,
Oh no,
that was,
to be fair, that was entirely De Niro. We didn't do anything really.
Very well done for destroying the beef.
So, are you both alright then?
Yeah. We gave a very good accounting of ourselves.
What happened to the Rat King?
Didn't see him.
So can we find any other room or door or something from the office, or just completely vanish?
Was there anything of interest in the room? Anything at all?
I got this shiny thing.
I mean, there's still Mr. Meanie outside. You've all just ignored poor Mr. Meanie.
Well, we've only just got there.
Yeah, we haven't seen him. Only the cats have seen him, haven't they?
No, he was standing outside as you nudged past into the room.
Oh, I thought he was outside the...
No, he's still on the balcony looking down to the room
my
of his
mistake,
warehouse.
sorry. Okay, cool.
Where you've just left strewn with the debris.
Right.
Passing him going, all right.
Evening. Roger, do you want to go and grab him? I'm going to have a look at that there shiny thing. It's very shiny.
Very.
I will cast Detect Magic upon it.
Oh, you got that.
I do.
Okay, it is definitely magical.
Okay. Can I tell anything about it beyond the fact that it is magical? Like what kind of magic it is?
Yes, you can see it has been enchanted to allow somebody in somewhere to look through the jeweled eyes.
Right. I suppose I'd need to do an identify like ritual or something to get more information.
Yeah.
All right. So as far as I can tell, and I can't tell much, but I think it's like you can someone somewhere, whatever the rat thing can see, they can see. I'll lean in really close and go, hello.
I think we need to cover its eyes. Can we blindfold it?
I'll
Will
just
that-
drape one of my ears over it. This may not be as convenient as I thought. I acted rashly. I can see that now. I'll take my head back off.
Well, you can see it, and so can whoever's on the end of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to corral Mr. Meanie into the office.
Okay. He's
Nudge his
completely pliant.
Just pop it
Yeah.
in a bag.
Just goes where
Yeah, I'll put it in my pouch.
goes where you point him.
Yeah.
He seems kind of dazed.
Can you do detective magic again on him?
I can do a detect magic on him. Hold on. I need to think about this. Charm person, fairy fire, detect magic.
He's definitely running low.
I got one more.
Yeah.
One more spell I can cast. So, 2 approaches we could take. One moment. Okay, huddle. Right, 2 approaches we can take if we want to do this with some spells. No, not you, Meanie. One. Right. 1. We can just ask him some questions and see if he answers. If that doesn't work, I can do a detect magic, or I can do another charm, but I can't do both.
I can do a charm as well.
Oh, well, that puts a very different complexion on things, really, doesn't it? Okay, I'll do a detect magic on him then. I'm doing a detect magic on him.
He has definitely been hypnotised or entranced in some way with magic.
Right.
Definitely.
So I'm getting some sort of mind control magic charm effect.
Mm-hmm.
I will relay that to the others. I don't have any. I don't have any way of getting rid of that. That's well beyond my skills, I'm afraid.
Do you have any way of breaking this? Does anybody know anything about this?
Again, we can just tell something's going on. I think we need to find like a proper wizard or something. I don't.
Not me. I don't know how to manage that. I only can put a charm on top.
Yes, we can just
Keep charming him.
pile them all on. See if we can get him to go
Poor
critical.
guy.
Mr. Meanie, are you at all aware of where you are or what you're doing?
I'm in work, are they? In this work, I own this place, don't I? I own this place. That's my place. That's where I am.
Okay, so that's a solid no.
Yeah, I think if I charm on top, it's not gonna give us much information.
Well, he can't tell us what he doesn't know. That's the thing, even if he wants to. I think the best thing to do with him is to take him somewhere that he can be looked after until this wears off. What if we took him to the temple of the Good Mother and the clerics would look after
Good
him?
mother.
And they've normally got sausages. Bonus.
Main plan. Yeah.
So, can you make us a small, tiny favour, please? We have to do some things now, so can you just sit down here and check all your accounting books to see if there is any mistake somewhere? Because I think there is some mistake someplace, yeah? Just wait for us here and then we will come back later.
He seems very suggestible, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sits there quite happily going through these enormous ledgers. Not a problem.
Okay.
We can go.
Nice. That was very impressive, De Niro.
We take a big effort.
You're quite the people person, aren't you? Okay. What's our next move?
Then we should go to the, or at least some of us should go to the temple to get the help we need for Mr. Meany.